Hello gamers. Alright, so hello everyone. Hello Prevains. I'll say it vocally now, even though you have dementia. And yes, hello to all of the gamers who are hopping in, whether it be for a bit or for a while. For those who are not in the Discord or the Twitter or anything like that, I will tell you now, though I will say you should probably go to me over there. It's in my socials link on YouTube and on Twitch. It's also in my socials link. So, but today we're going to be looking over the Twab this week at Bungie. I know they call it this week at Destiny now. I don't care. It's the Twab. So we're going to look at that. And then we're also going to do the membership gifting that I may or may not have forgotten to do the last time. So there's that. For those who don't know how membership works, it's basically anyone who subscribed to my channel has a chance, but the more you have like commented, watched, etc., then it does weight it higher, but it's not guaranteed. So we'll have to see how that works. After that, I plan to do some gaming, probably something PvP related or going around bounty farming. If we do PvP related stuff, I do have an idea for something that might be interactive and might fit with Twitch's current event, because for those who don't know, over on Twitch, 35% off on, I think it's like 5 more gifted subs or something. So I was thinking of doing an idea of if someone I could do it to where it's like either a gift sub or a certain number of channel points. That way there's an option to do it for free too. But it would need to be a decent amount of channel points, because basically it's to force me to use a specific exotic for one. And then if you were to gift like 5 or more, you can pick my whole loadout. So if you want me to use like all white gear, you could gift 5 subs and then be like, hey, use all white gear for this next Trials game. Or PvP match period. I'll probably be doing comp if I'm not doing Trials, because I am trying to like actively, you know, get decent at the game, which means I need to play with people who are decent. And the only people who are in that game mode right now are all degenerates who only play comp, so I figure it's, you know, trial by fire. There it is. Yeah, that one I have for Minecraft stuff, because I do like playing hardcore Minecraft. I just haven't played it in a minute. So if I'm playing it live on stream, that will make me panic, because obviously if I die once, I'm permadead. So Minecraft playthrough, yeah. I take it slow too. I don't speedrun that stuff. I just like, you know, enjoying the journey, working through. But yes, so gamers, that is the general plan. That is the, I don't know, architect or whatever. Minecraft playthrough with chat when? I have no idea. I'd have to host a server, because I play Java, and for that you don't just get to, you know, like play multiplayer. I would have to host a server, which would either cost me a significant amount of money, or I'd have to run it off of my computer, which will then kill the stream. So I don't have the spare resources to be like, oh, I'll just, you know, willy-nilly run an entire server off of my PC setup. That sounds like, you know, something I can do easily. I see. Yeah, so it's a little bit rough in that sense, because obviously, like, look, I don't think it takes much to realize that this be for fun. All right, I'm not over here making the big bucks like some content creators. I can't really pay for a Minecraft server to be like kept online. The more likely version would be me trying to run it myself, but that is internet and PC load. So I'd have to basically test beforehand how it affects my bandwidth, because I did find out my upload. It's about 25 megabytes, I think, per second. 25. At least that's what the Twitch thing said. It said it said I could stream at 25,000 bitrate plus with my connection to the closest Twitch server. Now keep in mind, this was later in the day when there's not as much people using the internet. So if it is a time when a lot of people are using the internet in my house, because I live in a shared living situation, then I'm likely not going to get the same quality. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. But either way, that's not what you guys came here for. You guys came here so we could do some twabbing, all right? So let me make sure that I have, I'm over here on the React screen, and then I do this, and boom. There we go. So, here be the twab. Here do be the twab. The twib. The twibab. Yeah, close enough, whatever. I just almost murdered everything, but it's fine. Did I properly? Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so twab time. This week in Destiny. Wait. I'm gonna record it. This week in Destiny. 11/26/2025. This week in Destiny, we are having a Wednesday twab. That's because the USA celebrates Thanksgiving today, and we want to give everyone, including the community team, some extra time to rest before Renegades launches next week. Yes, December 2nd is next Tuesday. Time flies when you're a light bearer. Have you watched our latest Renegades Vidoc and trailer? A preview of the artifact, new armor and weapons coming with Renegades. Check out the new seasonal armor sets. All that's coming with Renegades, nice. Bungie store has some Black Friday deals, and a new open access week in Renegades. New trailer, new Vidoc. If you've not watched our latest Vidoc, which covers a lot of what's coming with Renegades next week, well, go watch it. It's just below, and we talk about Vex doing crimes, Rogue Guardians, and of course, how we're gonna fight the next big bad with new and amazing blasters. I have a full video going over the entire Bungie stream. It's like an hour long of me sitting there with chat and watching it. So if you want to watch it, but you want to feel like you're watching it with another person, that is there for those who are interested. I don't expect it to be like a crazy popular video. That's not the intention. It's just a nice little alternative for it if you want some of my input with the Vidoc stuff. I specifically ripped it from my own VOD. So it's almost completely unedited except for aspects when the VOD stops working, basically. Because the original stream crashed on Twitch, the original Bungie dev stream, and so I had to swap to YouTube midway through my stream in order to keep watching it with everyone. On top of this fantastic Vidoc with many wonderful people in it, we also have a launch trailer for Renegades. This is also in the reaction because all of this was included in the dev livestream, as well as some extra stuff. So either watch them on your own or watch them with me, or both. Equilibrium Dungeon Race and the Twitch Drop. Evan F and CB Gray will be hosting Dungeon Zone live from Bungie HQ on December 13th. The pre-show kicks off at 6 AM Pacific, so the same time that my stream starts, and feature interviews with Bungie developers, previous Dungeon Race winners, and more. For watching the official Dungeon Zone broadcast on Twitch for 1 hour, you will earn the Paranoia Pink emblem as a Twitch drop. The official Dungeon Race will begin at 10 AM Pacific time, so 1 PM EST, and then I guess change that to whatever your personal time zone is, daring players to conquer Renegade's unique challenge for the chance to be crowned world first. To celebrate the new format of dungeons and the first official Dungeon Zone broadcast from Bungie HQ, we've got a shiny new reward. The first fire team to conquer Equilibrium will receive these custom trophies as a testament to their achievement. Oh yeah, I heard that guy in the video above is going to come into the next DLC. What do you mean? This guy? I mean, this is Dredge and Bale. He's the antagonist, as far as I can tell. He's built up to be the antagonist for Renegades. And he's played by Alex Lee, who, if you watch anime and you watch it dubbed and you throw all of the male characters you've seen in the past 10 years on a dartboard, there's a not zero chance that you hit one of his. Like, he's done a lot. He does like 10 different voices a year. And that's not including like if he does like extras, like multiple characters in a single season. He works on multiple seasons a year of anime. He's constantly voice acting. It's crazy. The registration form introduced in our previous TWAB under the Dungeon Race Rules section is mandatory for all teams competing in the race for World First. Make sure to fill out the form before December 13th at 9 AM Pacific to be eligible for the title of World First. Check the Renegades artifact. It's time of the year again. 1 second. The week before a new expansion drops. There's no better time to show you the artifact that will shake the meta for the next few months. So, without further ado, here is the Sandbox team to talk about the encrypted data disk. What's up, gamers? Sandbox team here. Following a daring heist on our new Cabal foes, data on our enemies isn't the only thing stored on the encrypted data disk. So here's how the artifact looks. I will tell you now, I've already seen specific perks on the artifact. I've already seen the specific ones. So, let's look at what they're saying. The Renegades artifact will provide some potent boosts for Guardian's Kinetic, Arc, and Void toolkits, while also focusing on making your weapons the most dependable tools. Remember, these weapons are your life, try not to lose them. I'm gonna be real with you. Good thing they didn't put Solar on here, because Still Hunt doesn't need it. You run in some Goldie Celestial Still Hunt, you don't need a single perk on this artifact, alright? All you need to do is be able to quick swap to Outbreak Perfected, if you need to deal with champions, that's it. Or to just have a normal pulse rifle. A normal kinetic pulse rifle will do the job. Because of a couple of these specific ones. To pair with Guardian's new Praxic Blade comes a trio of sword mods, emphasizing unique strike combos to gain potent payouts such as increased damage, unstoppable capabilities, or a whirlwind of blades surrounding the user. These mods also play well with Void options on offer, emphasizing weakening applications via melee and sword hits, and permeating that across large groups via the new Void Infestation Column 5 mod. We've also focused more heavily on kinetic as a focused element, with its mod support emphasizing kinetic as hard-hitting, ammo-focused lead. Kinetic synthesis sees the return of a gray brick many players will have not seen drop in a long time. This helps supplement the ammo economy on kinetics and pairs well with the new kinetic heavy sniper. Kinetic's power culminates in a column 5 kinetic rupture, creating weak points that explode when struck with enough force. So, we have our standard anti-barrier options, right? We've got hand cannon for sniper, sorry, hand cannon and sniper for anti-barrier. I'm saying anti-barrier. Anti-champion options, alright? Your champion mods. Anti-barrier, hand cannon and sniper, overload pulse and machine gun, and unstoppable bow. I'm gonna be real with you. Don't use unstoppable bow. There's two other things here that are going to be way easier. Unless you like using bows, in which case then do whatever you want. Don't let me tell you what to do. But let's go over this a little bit. So overload pulse, very good. Column 2, impact, shock, gravity. This is flame, fiber, and freeze, but it's kinetic, void, and arc. That's it. So it's kinetic and void, kinetic and arc. Gravitic voltaic charge, which I believe we've had before. As long as you have an arc or void super equipped, you can carry more armor charge by 1. So that's going to be very, very nice for our Void Hunters, for our Sentinels, for our Nova Bombers. Expert Handling weapon final blows grant a stacking bonus to stability, which resets on weapon reload or stow. Swords gain guard resistance. Generally okay. Like, this seems like it could be fine for PvP, kind of. Assuming it applies, it seems like it. Fastest draw. If the first shot shortly after reloading or readying your weapon is a precision hit, gain flinch resistance. Another one that's interestingly PvP focused. Elemental Siphon. Rapid final blows with a kinetic weapon or a weapon matching your equipped super. Create an elemental pickup that matches your equipped super. There you go. I mean, that one's pretty self-explanatory. Nice little way to generate pickups for everyone. Column 3. Press the advantage. Breaking a combatant's shield grants increased weapon stability, handling, and reload speed. Swords gain increased guard resistance. This one has more PvE usage than the other two that I saw that looked PvP focused, but it says combatant as well. So it's like, I don't know 100% how useful this will be compared to the other options here, but we'll have to see. Alright, kinetic synthesis, sustained kinetic weapon damage, and rapid final blows have a chance to generate a unique ammo brick. Collecting this brick grants ammo to equipped kinetic damage weapons and grants special and heavy ammo progress. Lovely. Reload at range. Precision hits with bows and sniper rifles grant a stacking bonus to their reload speed. Then we have Riposte. Shortly after guarding with a sword, your light and heavy attacks stun unshielded combatants, strong against unstoppable champions. This is going to be most people's unstoppable mod. I don't know anyone who isn't looking at the Proxic Blade and immediately going, oh yeah, that's my new favorite thing ever. Alright, those people are significantly outnumbered at the current point in time. So, 110%, it is going to be them versus pretty much everyone else, funnily enough. Power from Pain, rapid frontal blows against weakened combatants grant you Devour. This is an interesting one. We'll have to see. Luckily it is combatants, so reviving. But yeah, that one could be pretty interesting. Column 4, we have Dielectric. Defeating arc debuffed targets grants Bolt Charge. Rapidly defeating arc debuffed targets spawns an orb of power that heals a small portion of health. We've had this before. I remember it being pretty good, so we'll have to see. Armorsmith. Breaking a combatant's shield temporarily grants you damage resistance and increased melee damage. Okay, that one's... I feel like we had something similar to this, but I don't know if it was the exact same one. Counter energy. When you or a member of your fire team stuns a champion, you gain energy for your least charged ability. We definitely had something like this. So yeah, these are good so far. Pretty good. Combination Argent Blade. Okay, this is probably going to be a big one. Briefly pause after executing a light attack, then follow up with a light or heavy attack to empower your sword for a short time, granting it bonus damage and charge rate. Okay? And then Singularity Blade. While you have a Void Elemental buff, a melee and sword hits weaken targets, while melee and sword final blows create a weakening burst. So everyone has Spellwinter's Helm now. Cool. That Warlock exotic was, you know, not needed, right guys? Now everyone's got it. Alright. This season looks like we are not having any Spellwinter's Helm gamers. Column 5. Elemental Orbs Arc. Arc weapon final blows have a chance to spawn an Arc Elemental Orb. Arc Orbs can be thrown or shot to create an arc explosion that jolts targets it damages. Then we have Kinetic Rupture. This is the second option. Kinetic weapon damage against a powerful combatant has a chance to create a kinetic rupture. Targeting this rupture causes a damaging explosion that staggers combatants strong against unstoppable champions. So, I'll tell you something now. You can run an Overload Pulse or SMG that is kinetic, or theoretically a hand cannon that is kinetic. And all you need to do is just do rapid damage to an enemy and then shoot the rupture. The rupture's explosion is what causes the unstop, which makes me think it's going to be separate from the actual weapon damage. That's usually how this operates. Which means that by running a kinetic version of any of those primaries, you now can overload or anti-barrier and unstop as much as you want. Now, of course, keep in mind, this is only if you're wanting to do that. Otherwise, you can literally just bring... If you're wanting to use a sword, because that's the only reason you wouldn't be willing to run a kinetic weapon. If you're wanting to bring the new sword, for one, it's also kinetic. But it also already does the unstop from riposte because it's a sword, right? So there's that. Sniper's Meditation. Sniper rifle hits grant stacking sniper rifle damage, stability, and reload bonuses for a short time. Heavy ammo sniper rifle hits count as more than one hit. Perfect. Sword Storm Combo. Performing 3 sword light attacks followed by a heavy attack, so a standard combo. Summons penumbral blades that surround you to damage and disorient combatants. Sword Final Blows extend the duration of these penumbral blades. Okay, that sounds extremely good. Void Infestation. Defeating a weakened target spawns a tracking projectile that weakens other targets. Okay, so welcome to Season of the Kinetic and Season of the Sword. Specifically Season of the Praxic Blade / Lightsaber, which is a kinetic sword. Most of these effects are very, very strong. Specifically towards that stuff. Here, let me do this real quick. And then let me restate myself real quick, because I do feel like that was a little loud. So, we are definitely, though, we are in the Season of the Sword. We are in the Season of the kinetic weapon. If you do not use a sword or a kinetic weapon, a lot of these are going to be lost on you. You can run some arc and void ability stuff, but in terms of weapons, you're definitely being benefited from running kinetic weapons. In some shape or form, be it the sniper, be it the new Praxic Blade, be it Outbreak Perfected, whatever. You just need to run something kinetic. Now, let's look at new gear coming in Renegades. During our Renegades developer livestream, we shared some of the new weapons and armor sets coming with our latest expansion. So how about we share them again? Start blasting. Blasters are a new type of weapon that rely on heat-based firing and reload system that replaces traditional magazines. Believe us when we say this, they hit hard, very hard. Don't miss our first ever legendary heavy ammo sniper rifle. Thoughts. I have thoughts on this, okay? So they mentioned dynamic and like neutral or whatever, normal, something like that. They mentioned dynamic and not so dynamic blasters, right? And they said the dynamic ones need to overperform and they need to hit hard because they have a longer and stronger cooldown. I'm wondering how that's going to work in PvP, because let's say you take a 120 hand cannon-ish or something of that sort, you know, or even like a sidearm, or most weapons, and you chuck them in PvP and they get used for peak shooting. I wonder how they're going to manage that with the heat, because the heat's going to fall off while you're, you know, hiding behind cover, and all you need to do is get off a few shots and you're going to murder someone. Like, you're going to take them out. So that seems like it very well could be a problem. They look pretty though, and they seem like they'll be very fun in PvE. I'm just wondering how they're going to make it usable in PvP without making it feel oppressive. Because obviously you can't shoot it like a normal weapon, because then, you know, you're kind of screwing it over because of the extra reload function. Praxic Blade. The Praxic Blade is an exotic kinetic sword that uses special ammo. Its blade reflects enemy projectiles, and you can throw it at enemies for a ton of damage. And of course, it's a sword, so you use it to strike enemies at close quarters. You will get your own Praxic Blade during the Renegades campaign, and it's very customizable. Sick. At your service. We really appreciated Luzaku's help in the past, and it seems we are getting more when Renegades launches. Service of Luzaku is one of the new exotics coming in Renegades. It's a machine gun that takes inspiration in the Hive Brood Weavers, and it creates nests of threadlings you can shoot at. You can shoot to spawn more and control an area. Sorry, there's like typos in this that make me hesitate while reading it. New Trials of Osiris rewards. Renegades brings an update to the rewards that Saint 14 will be giving away in Trials of Osiris. For starters, there's a new armor set available called the New Demotic set. So here's a first look at how all 3 classes look. Hunter looks pretty good. Warlock, the chest piece looks like it could shade well, but it's got that like puffy jacket look, which I'm not a huge fan of. The gauntlets look good, the bond looks kind of weird, and I'm not a huge fan of the helmet. Makes you look a little bit like a fish. The Titan looks really good though. Though I will say, for the Titan, they already have a chest piece that looks like this. Like, I'm sure the texture on the chest stuff will be different, but like the general shape of it, they already have one like that. I don't know if that's intentional or if they just wanted it to match with the other two and then it just ended up looking like that because of the way it fits. The new Demotic set has a new armor bonus too. For the 2-piece Paroli, primary ammo weapons gain a bonus to flinch resistance after sliding. Actually very nice, okay. 4-piece Martingale. Your weapons gain a temporary increase to handling and ADS speed when an ally is defeated or you revive an ally. Okay, that could be pretty decent. Now let's talk about weapons. Let's start with the reprised ones. The Immortal Strand Aggressive Frame Submachine Gun, Astral Horizon Kinetic Aggressive Frame Shotgun, and the Cataphract GL3, the Strand Adaptive Frame Grenade Launcher. Now, for the new additions, the Martlet, the new Void Lightweight Frame Pulse Rifle, and the Corundum Hammer, the new Strand Adaptive Frame Hand Cannon. Okay, so they're bringing back 2 of the strongest guns in the game as tiered weapons, and then they're also introducing what, from what I've heard, has some crazy perks, as well as a pulse rifle, which pulse rifles are certainly not doing bad right now. So we'll have to see how this goes. It is lightweight, but it is a pulse rifle. Beyond weapons and armor, we also have some updates on some of the most exclusive items Save 14 has to offer. Shader is... Oh, I'm going to stop for a second. We're going to chill. Alright. Anyone want to share their thoughts on the upcoming stuff? So far, I'm here with it. Like, we're getting a lot of new stuff, if I'm being honest. There's gonna be a lot to grind out and stuff. Looks good? Yeah. Yeah, I think it has potential to be, you know, really nice for just grinding stuff out from all the new armor sets and all the new weapons and everything. It also feels new, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't look at this and then they're like, oh, here's the Trials armor, which looks like the Suros armor, but gold. Oh, here's the Vanguard Ops armor, which looks like the Suros set, but blue, you know what I mean? Which is what they kind of did with the armor sets in Edge of Fate, where it was like, oh, here's 3 new armor sets that all look exactly the same, but they have shaders on. This is actually 3 different designed armor sets, at least. I mean, there's more, realistically, but, you know, there's a lot of new stuff, and it looks actually fun. Yeah, alright, so, beyond weapons and armor, we also have some updates on some of the most exclusive items that Save 14 has to offer. The shader is Benevolence of the Nine, the Ghost Shell is the Heroic Shell, the ship is the Chitin King, and the Sparrow is Sun Chaser. The new shader, Ghost Shell, Ship, and Sparrow will be dropping from the Flawless chest, so remember to pick up the correct passage so you can enter the lighthouse for a chance to earn them. Trials of Osiris will be back starting December the 19th, and every weekend will have its own featured weapon, starting with the Corundum Hammer, and followed by the Martlet on December 26th. Be ready. Okay, cool. And speaking of what I was saying, new armor sets in Renegades. Just in case you missed them during our Renegades developer livestream, here are 3 armor refreshes we showcased during the broadcast. These new sets will be available in Vanguard Ops, Pinnacle Ops, and Crucible. We are Suros, you'll love them. Yep. So, I mentioned in the live stream, but I think the Titan and Warlock here look pretty cool. For me personally, the Hunter, I feel like we have helmets that look like this already. I don't know how the cloak shades, so we'll have to see on that one. And we do have arms and like chest pieces and pants that look kind of similar to this. Not that we don't have armor pieces that look similar to the Warlock and Titan. The Titan one is actually kind of unique looking. But the helmet looks very different. Whereas for Hunter, I feel like we already get that kind of like, as much as people are like, oh, they're making this game look too Star Wars for this expansion. Hunter's already looks Star Wars as hell. Like, to be fully real with you. Most Hunter items have this like aesthetic of like, oh, space bounty hunter type deal. And because of that, there's already a lot of overlap with the existing editions in Renegades, right? But if you were to look at the new set for, what's it called? This like Kendo inspired set, which is for Pinnacle Ops, this has a lot of new stuff in general. Like, I think the only thing that has any overlap is you could say the boots have some overlap with some of the Iron Banner sets. Because there's like a Samurai Iron Banner set that might have some similarities, but it's still going to look different. So, there's that. I think the Suros set looks fire for everyone, and then Warlocks unfortunately wear a different helmet. But the rest of the set still looks fire on you. You know what I mean? Like, you have the trailer accurate Titan right here in the like shining, glistening armor. This Warlock, or sorry, this Hunter looks sick. And this Warlock looks good until you see their face. Right? Dawning armor and weapons. We also have a new Dawning armor set to preview, along with new and revised weapons. Our yearly winter event kicks off on December 16th and runs for 3 weeks. We'll have a detailed preview of what's new in the Dawning this year, coming up before you could say cookies. Already. This is probably my favorite armor set they showcased. Like, if I have to pick one, this is probably my favorite. Just because the Titan looks super sick here. The Warlock looks really cool. I also love my big Warlock chest pieces. Like robes that make them look bigger, because there's a lot of huge ass helmets that really need you to make them look bigger. The Hunter, I'm not sure on, because I need to see how that hood looks with literally any other helmet. Because it looks slightly goofy, as is. There's something off about the armor this year, like something more simplistic than before. I'm not sure. It depends on what you think. Maybe just different design teams. Maybe because there are a lot of details on it, but I also think so I think they felt pressured. They very likely felt pressured to produce a lot of stuff for people to want to grind. So they made a bunch of good looking sets, but these sets are also to an extent derivative of things that already exist in the game. Like I mentioned it here, where like, for example, like on the trial set, the chest piece on the Titan already exists. It does have a little bit of a different design on the actual chest piece portion, but the overall design of like where the furred neck and like all this stuff, that already exists. We already have a chest piece that's extremely similar to this. It's like a constellation chest piece or something like that. It was originally Bright Dust, I think. So there might be another one as well that's like season pass related that is kind of similar. But the one I'm thinking of is one that was from a Bright Dust, and the helmet had like ram horns, basically. Or no, bull horns. That's what it was. So there's that for the design here. For these weapons here, these have like unique color designs, but the actual guns themselves, if I recall, I know this one already has an existing model. This is Luna's Howl / Not Forgotten. Like that's the design here, right? This pulse rifle looks really familiar. I'm pretty sure there's already an existing one, or at least a really similar one. We come down here. For the Hunter, this basically just looks like a standard Hunter set. For the Titan and Warlock, the arms look a little bit different. The helmets look different, right? So they're mixing in, from what I can tell, enough different things that it looks like a different set of armor, and it looks satisfying. Like, it still looks good, but it is more simple and it doesn't look as unique because they're mixing in some concepts that they already have established, right? Which is a pretty good tactic to use in general. I hope the dungeon armor does not take the same. Like, I hope the dungeon armor looks unique and super good as well. But like, another thing is the legs here look similar to some of the Iron Banner sets that are more of that, like, you know, like samurai themed type stuff that we've seen before. But the helmet looks pretty unique. The hood, like the like streetwear kind of deal on the kendo stuff, looks pretty good. I don't know if it's not streetwear. The kendo like armor padding on the chest piece looks pretty good, right? Because that's what they were going for. They were going for kendo. And then for the Suros stuff, this whole Titan getup, it is different, but we have already seen a similar getup on a Titan, and they've used it in trailers. For the Warlock, I'm pretty sure I've seen a very similar cloak to this before, but they just flared it up a little bit. Same with the helmet. For the Hunter, I'm pretty sure I've seen certain pieces of this before. Like, they don't look completely new, but they look refreshed, and they look interesting. They look good, in my opinion. The one where you get to like, okay, this looks like they completely redesigned or like made something from scratch is the Dawning gear. This Dawning armor looks sick, straight up. Like the way the helmets look, the way the fur on the cloaks look, the way the gauntlets look with the claws and how you're holding the weapon, this just looks sick. And then we of course have the Renegades armor, which is pretty good looking, honestly. Like, this looks pretty good. I like it. So there's that. All that's coming with Renegades. Now that we've shared some of our final previews for Renegades, how about we go over everything we've revealed so far in case you need a refresher. So here's all of this. All right. If you want me to go over something specific, let me know and I can go over it later. But here it is. We have all of the content stuff. We're getting more vault space, buffs for returning players, exotic ornament customization, previews for weapon tuning, armor tuning, and ability tuning. And then there's a Black Friday sale for Bungo, if you want any of that, as well as a little bit of bait to get everyone in. All right. So Destiny 2 Open Access Week, starting from December 12th to December 9th. All currently available Destiny 2 expansions, raids, dungeons, and content packs will be able to play at no cost on all supported storefronts. And then everything you keep will be yours to keep. Like, everything you get will be yours to keep. So, potentially very useful. Let me put that in my Discord real quick, by the way. There we go. That way those who are not currently tuned in can still see that. I understand it's Thanksgiving. I'm not expecting to get like 3 billion views, all right? I'm sitting here chilling with those of you who either are not going to Thanksgiving stuff yet or do not celebrate. Or are not celebrating this year for whatever reason, in which case you could just hang out here for a bit. Player support report. Renegades launch information. At 7:55, it's brought offline. Then the preload starts at 8. Then at 9, it's brought back online, and then the update is available for all platforms and regions. Players will be able to play starting at this time. Destiny 2 maintenance is scheduled to be completed at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can preload it. So here's all the preload stuff. It's almost all available at 8 a.m. PST. It is all available at 8 a.m. PST, all right? So Pacific Standard. If you are on PC, you got hella shit to keep, all right? Because you have to have, because of how Steam works, you have to have the whole game and the whole new game. So, there's that. Have fun with that, I guess. Microsoft Store is the same. Epic Games is pretty much the same deal as Steam. All of this stuff is, you know, it's like, alright, it's standard. And then we have a bunch of crazy known issues. Alright. There you go. Cool art. Meme of the week. Let's see what happens in this meme of the week. Let me... Oh, it's on Reddit. I'm gonna get fucking copyright struck, so let me... BRB. I'm not gonna play that whole thing. How do I go to BRB so I can put us into the gaming. All right. So gamers, I'm putting us in gaming, but we're not gaming yet. Not yet. All right. We're actually... Where's my music? It died. There we go. We're actually doing the membership gifting. All right. I don't know 100% how this is gonna work. I'm just letting y'all know. I have limited information. That limited information has gotten me to the point to where I am right now. How do I open this? Let me go to my own stuff, my own stream. I posted a short and it's just, I think it's a Thanksgiving moment. All right, let me pull up the stream properly. Oh, I have it muted, cool. Okay. Let's see how this works. Boom. So there's a bunch of those. Sick. And then I do the next 5. At least as far as I can tell. Unless that's not how that works. Let me see. And I have 5 left. All right, cool. So let me just do this 5. All right. Well, anyone who has gotten that will, you know, get to do their stuff. I guess I don't know how that works. They get some free memberships. Cool. Some of those are names I recognize from coming in and talking. Yes, if any of y'all who are in the stream have gotten that stuff, then you know, here you are. Enjoy it. Enjoy all the emotes, etc. I don't know what I should be doing right now. is the plan. Yeah. Not really a ton of build up for that. Oh, yeah, there it is. There you go. All right, cool. And all this happens right now. All right. Well, gamers, here we are. I say we vibe for a bit, and then I will end everything off later, but for now, we're gaming. All right, so okay, so we have these 3 PvP modes. We got all this stuff. Yeah, okay. So pretty basic stuff all around right now. Nothing crazy. Let me see if there's any interesting call to arms stuff still going on, because I know you can get the chest still. The chest still is a thing, I think. I got one earlier. Like last night, I think. Which does mean it won't be like refreshing for me or anything during this run, but it'll be there. To keep in mind. I might have accidentally left myself recording, and as such recorded the entire like gifting thing, even though I really can't tell what was going on. But it's there. So there we go. All right. Yeah, it's all the same. You actually become like a life source, which is cool. Alright, let's see what Zavala's got. In fact, let's look at his seasonal HUD. Yeah, okay. So they want sidearms, shotguns, fusion rifles, and swords. Okay, so I'm gonna do some comp, gamers. That's my thinking here. I'm gonna do some comp. If anyone would like to attempt to control my loadout, I'm gonna do it this way. One like either a resub, a prime sub, whatever, over on Twitch. Like it doesn't matter what kind of sub it is. I'm not too worried about it. But I'll do this as a little interactive thing, or I'm going to make a channel points redeem as well for Twitch. I can't make channel points for YouTube, unfortunately, but I can for Twitch. So let me make sure I can set this up properly as I'm talking. There you go. So I can make one that's, you know, for example, and I'm gonna make it pretty expensive, because we're supposed to be like equating it to like, I guess, like a sub. Based on the amount of time I know you can get, and the fact that I know there's gonna be someone who tries to, the channel one, I'm only gonna let you redeem once per stream. I'll do that. So Okay. Let's make it cost this much, and then let's make it so it's there we go. Okay, so I made it a thing. So for 7,500 channel points, you can pick my exotic weapon or armor piece, because I assume that's what you're going to pick if you're going to pick only one. But if you get the same thing if you do a sub, and then if you gift 5 or more, then you get to what's called. Oh shit, that's not the right thing. There we go. Alright. If you gift 5 or more, then you get the ability to decide my whole loadout, basically. That's how I'll do it. Just as a little thing that I don't want to feel like forced interaction. All right. And then I'll put it in the title too, just as a little fun thing. And then if you're over on YouTube, I'll do the same thing for memberships, basically. That's how I'll do it. Because it just sounds like a fun idea. And obviously, on Twitch, you have a way to interact with it without actually... what's the word? You have a way to interact with it without actually giving me money, which I think is cool. Let me properly... and then I'll change the comp game to trials, whatever, it, like, you know, I consider that it just competitive PvP period. So, but for now, none of you have done anything, so I'm safe, which means I can just load in and go for a solemn remembrance real quick. And that's what I'm going to do. Also, if anyone wants to play with me, let me know. In the YouTube chat or in the Twitch chat. I have a Discord that I can drag you into, or we can play without mics. That's fine by me too. Speaking of which, I should be completely out of this, because someone could say some crazy shit. I'm just gonna turn voice chat off for myself. So, yeah. Thank you for the lurk, and Arturo, you're first yet again. Once again, you win by doing nothing. It's a Gabe Newell moment. Currently vibing while I'm in this dreaded loading. It is comp. It's going to take a minute. But while we're doing this, I can go over my stuff. So, recently, I have been brought onto the team of osiris neutralizer enjoyers. I have a sick-looking shader for it. There's ads. But I also have a really good roll. I've got corkscrew for that nice like handling, range, and stability boost. I've got tactical mag for that nice stability, reload, magazine boost. I've got lone wolf for when I'm the last person alive, or if I'm flanking. I've got opening shot because, you know, gotta love range on the shotgun, right? This is basically a shotgun, by the way. And then we have ballistics for even more range on the shotgun. Of course, I could instead go with enhanced range, but I think ballistics is just overall better because of the stability increase. You also get fleet-footed, which makes me harder to hit while I'm strafing, because once I deal damage, I get a boost to my movement speed, so I start moving different, and I get a boost to my AE, right? And then if I kill someone, I get an even better version of this, right? The other options, of course, are Roar of Battle, which isn't bad, and then Hawkeye Breach Armaments, which is meh. This is fine if I'm wanting to deal with Titan Barricades, I guess. But, like, for the most part, Fleet-Footed is going to be my best option here, because this just activates from dealing damage, and then it grows even more when I do a Final Blow or something, right? Okay. Welcome back to my ad, gamers. If you didn't hear me ranting about osiris neutralizer and you want me to do it again, then let me know. Oh yeah, another partial reason for the like sub membership thing is I'm actually one sub on Twitch away from another pumpkin emote, or I guess 2 more pumpkin emotes for subs, so that's pretty cool. So I figure might as well just throw that stuff in there while there's like a big sale going on or whatever. That way, if people do feel like doing that stuff, then yeah. There we go. But I am going to say this as a general disclaimer. I already have it in all my panels and stuff. Never give me money at the expense of yourself or the people who matter to you. Yeah, just don't do that. I don't like the idea of someone doing that, so just don't. I would rather you keep it for yourself. If you are struggling, or if people around you are struggling, like in your, you know, your real life, your personal life, help them first. Help yourself first. Alrighty. Oh, sorry. We got one more Guardian left. Up, and we're going in. Alright, gamers. Time to test this out. I'm gonna be so easy to see, by the way. How do I look if I go invis? Oh my gosh, I'm so visible. Ah, dang. Mida mini tool. Alright, so the main goal here is we want points. Well. Here we go. Rough. Okay, so now there's one. Dang, I don't know why they didn't push. Just gave him the point for free. I even got one of them, so we definitely had time to push there. They probably got that heavy. Excuse me, what? What? What'd you stab? I might have, that might be my own fault. Okay. Yeah, this gun is stupid. Oh, cool. Okay. And then he died immediately. Nice. Okay, so... Alright. Broski. Okay. He tried to say the guy's name, and I guess it censored that. Dang. They are probably going to get that one. We can always get the next one though, depending. Oh, there's another guy right there. Okay. We got this. Yeah, we can get this for sure. Excuse me, huh? That was immediate. Okay. Yeah, he needed no time to do that at all. Okay. Dang. We just need to stay teamed up and be the ones on the point first. That's what needs to happen right now. We need to make it really difficult for them to push it. Dang. Yeah, rough. Maybe I need to swap. Okay. Okay. Got a body shot. That was enough. Okay. Now we just do one more. This guy is nailing those headshots. At least I made it so only one can get it, though. Yeah, this guy's just sitting on that heavy, not gonna lie. He's been going for it every single time. What? That didn't do any damage at all? Really? Damn. Okay, I should just hid. That's my own fault. For sure. Yeah, okay. I guess that's the weakness here, is I need to be careful with that. It might also be because I'm standing next to people sometimes and not others. Oh, this guy's got no health at all. What are you doing? Oh, God. Okay. I've almost got super, not gonna lie. Okay, they lose anyway. And we're vibing. This might actually be... I mean, is this like an even better god roll than the one I already had? Let me look. Because the one that I've got right now, for returned memory, I do have a very good roll. Oh, is it literally on this same character? It might be. No, it's not. Where's my returned memory roll? Who has it? Oh, no one has it. So it's the Scorched versus the One for All, basically. What are this other stuff? Layered Magwell, Quick Launch. And then Velocity or Blast Radius. Yeah, I guess both are useful enough, as is. Okay, let me try and load in the next one. I'm not, I haven't played much comp this season at all, so I'm very low rank. Not that I'm a particularly good player, but if you play it enough, you'll just get the top rank eventually anyway. With the way it currently works. I was currently trying to play it, because I'm trying to get a little bit better at the game. Just a little bit. See. I'll probably, honestly, See, this one's got way more super on it, is something I really like. Even though they technically have the same, like, general setup. I think I'll delete this one and take the super. Because this one I can also just sacrifice, if I'm using it for PvE, for example, I can sacrifice health for grenade. And then now I've got 25 melee and grenade on one item, and 30 super, which is really, really nice. That'll be particularly nice for my explosion setup. Alrighty. It's surprising that, like, I don't use these guns. I actually have not used them this entire season in PvP. I've been using them in PvE, because in PvP, I just wasn't getting killed by them that much, and I didn't have too much interest in a shotgun hand cannon. I like hand cannons because of long range, so I like using like 120s and stuff, and some 140s if I build them for range. And then I started seeing people like do crazy with them, and people complaining about them being overpowered. So I was like, okay, well, I got this extremely nice looking Aureus neutralizer roll, and I had a Fenutria Farah roll, I don't remember where the Fiduciary Pharaoh role is, but I tried the Pharaoh one. I was just like, okay, I'll try it out. I'll try Fiduciary Pharaoh with this, and I'll see how it is. I tried it, and it felt terrible, honestly. And so I was like, oh, these must just be bad then. Then I tried this Aureus Neutralizer role. And then I 1v3'd in trials while feeling like I wasn't needing to aim at all. So I have to say, they are kind of insane. And I'm a little bit confused as to why they are this way, but because it didn't look like they were getting any tuning changes in Renegades. But you know, we'll see how it goes. For now, we jam though. Anyone who wants any of my music, it's in my credits document. Available pretty much whenever you want. That's just how I operate. Meanwhile, I'm just going to be here jamming. Let's see, how does this look if someone just pulls up? Yeah, okay, cool. I also made my credits document look a lot more pleasing to the eyes because it was originally just a white document with black text on it. So I made it, you know, a bit more of a gray, like neutral color for the actual document, and then I put some of my own coloring on there so that it looks just a little bit more visually pleasing. Some of that golden reddish look. Alrighty. Something as well. Where is it? It's not you. I'm trying to think of a decent build for the upcoming stuff, and it is unfortunate that they're not making it so that exotic class items can be changed a lot, because my primary build for explosions, here it is Hoyle, well I guess Soil. That is a terrible, terrible name. Ooh. This actually looks quite nice. How does this look on the non-one? Okay, I look a little bit like some kind of insane superhero. Or like insane guardian who thinks he's a superhero type deal. That's the aesthetic. Interesting. Alright. We've got another helmet enjoyer. Let's see what we're doing here. Someone else's. Got him. Ooh. I should have slid down instead of jumping up like that. I don't know why I jumped. Maybe some part of me mentally was like, oh yeah, I'll be able to get around that or something. I dodged into the guy. I'm playing like a weirdo. I got one kill, which kind of makes the fact that I died once slightly worth it, but not twice. I hit one with a thing. Okay. There's a guy crouching right there. Oh, jeez. Alright. I'm getting a couple of kills here and there, but I'm dying way too much. I definitely needed to cool it. It might also be a map where I should swap to a more close-range weapon. Who knows? We'll have to see. That part I just missed. I'm trying to mess with the radar a little bit. Join my ally? Allies. Maybe I could make multiple of you? No. Just two of us. Okay. I don't have this. Someone else grab something with it. I've got a crossbow on. I don't know why I have the crossbow on. I looked at it and I was like, wait a second. I realized it earlier and I just forgot to change it. Dang. That arc bolt is a very possible special swap moment. Obviously, I can't swap the whole thing, because it'll reset all my abilities. Okay. This guy and I are together to an extent. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit rough. Cool, got him. That's the thing about hunters, is like, I feel like they kind of missed, they didn't nerf what needed to be nerfed, which was the degree of information manipulation. At least in my opinion. Because, like, visibility is one thing, but realistically, the issue with invisibility right now, like, when I say visibility is one thing, and I'm talking about invisibility, the issue with hunters being able to go so invisible so often is that if they choose, they can just barely be on your radar. Which the radar is, like, one of the most important things for a lot of players. And I think that's probably what causes so much of a problem for them. Oh my gosh, I'm bad. Okay, well, I'm still bad, but someone go for the save. Nice. No. Okay. Gosh, there's a whole dude there. Yeah. All right, that's my bad. I didn't realize that there was all three of them sitting there. Oh, that was a really nice rocket, though. Okay, they're 100% going to have heavy now, but I got shot right as I did that. Unfortunate. Oh, that's, yeah, okay. Heavy machine gun. This guy has so much ammo even after getting it from our teammate. Crazy. Yo, run out eventually. That's insane. There we go. Here we go. Can I hit both of us? Yes, I can. Let's... Okay, well. Not really a whole lot I can do here. I kind of just have to go. Dang. He backed up at the last second. That made that tough. I tried to, you can basically shotgun melee with this hand cannon. Even if you don't hit a headshot, you can shotgun melee someone. But of course it doesn't work if they back up last second and you can't melee them. We might be running in alone too much. Just as a team. It's hard to tell because sometimes it works out and sometimes it really doesn't. Nope. I somehow whiffed both of those shots. No idea. Wait, I only shot once. I'm an idiot. Unless I have memory problems, in which case I did shoot twice and I'm just bad. Both of those happened. Either way, I whiffed. How'd you grab that so quick, bro? Dang. Alright. Wow. Insane. Okay. Maybe I do need to chill a little bit. I keep running and dying. Okay. Got some Devour going. I see. Where are they though? I can't fucking... I have so much trouble focusing when teammates are strafing in front of me. I don't know why. Okay. I should have dodged into that side hallway. Because I had a dodge up there, and that makes me way more mobile than walking while slowed. Dang. They only needed 1 kill. We needed 6. That was 100% my bad on that, by the way. I'm gonna be honest. Unless they buff this, it's not really that good of a set. This set is fine, but I can get more later, tier 5. Either way. Yeah, I did horribly. Horribly. It doesn't... Oh, it does show my KD. Yeah, I did terribly. I'm getting a lot of stuff, but definitely need to lock in a little bit. The music is really good though for this section. All right. Oh yeah. Get outside. Look. Here's the thing. All right. This is a great emblem. It's cool. It's a really nice looking emblem when it's like up here and stuff. But please, I don't know if they'll do a community poll or something, but like make the circle centered in the emblem, please. Because I just don't like looking at it in my own inventory. Everywhere else it's fine, because realistically, I mean, like let's say I put it on, right? Here, let's say I put it on. Okay. I think you'll see it here. Yeah, you'll see it's off center. It's very, very obviously off center there. And then you'll see it here, which is like 2 places. But when I have a circle inside of a box, I want the circle to be in the middle of the box. Like this one right here, this has a similar issue, but it's a little bit less noticeable. This one, I feel like the vine and the fact that the circle is almost touching the edge makes it more noticeable, if that makes sense. And because it's so noticeable, I don't like looking at it. Even though this one, I was comparatively more okay with it because it felt less obvious. So yeah, I have a similar issue with this one, but that's why I mostly wear this or like these like circular, these ones that are like centered and stuff. I don't necessarily need everything to be symmetrical, I just need everything to fit in the box. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure I like, I wish I had a option similar to Iron Valis for the metals. The metals, like the, what you call it? The animated effect that had darker pants for the Frosties. Though I guess there's the possible option that I could instead, like, let's say I've got balance of power here, right? Not that I would do it with this one. Oh, that looks even worse. Alright, never mind. Let me find another pants for a hunter that would fit this aesthetic. Because I want something that looks kind of armored, if that makes sense. Like, I want an armored look. So, like, let's say I take, like, Frosties, which Frosties I have, like, 3 ornaments for, and I'm sure one of them will look fine. So let's say I run Iron Balance. Okay, yeah, let's say I run Iron Valis Frosties with the Turbo Kickers, right? It doesn't look heavily armored, but it still looks pretty good because of the color. But with the Frosties, it's just a little bit too light for what I like. Another pretty good one might be Lucky Pants. Let me look. Yeah, Lucky Pants actually looks pretty decent. Like this. What about the base Lucky Pants? Base Lucky Pants not so much, but with this ornament it looks good. So I can't really do exactly what I want yet, but once we get that good old change to how exotic armor functions, that should be really, really good, honestly. Oh, I hit 200 Cloud Strike kills. I'm surprised I just don't use this weapon that much. I guess it's just because usually I run a sniper with an exotic primary. Because I just put a lot more time into the other 3 billion snipers that I have. I have so many snipers in my vault, and each of them has, like, you know, like 50 to a couple hundred kills. Nothing wrong with any of them, it's just, you know. Ow. Ooh, I should not have peeked while I had no health, but at least I didn't also shoot my sniper. Because if I had shot my sniper and whiffed while I died, that would have been really embarrassing. I'm horrible at the game. Okay, let me... Okay, well, technically I got credit for that, but that doesn't mean it was good. So garbage, but it's fine. Wait, another one? It's just, I'm just gonna keep gambling. Crazy. I love my double special setup where I'm using a hand cannon, shotgun, and a sniper. Cool. Primary shotgun moment. Okay, cool. Nice. That's rough. So close. That was really close. All right. At least I'm surviving a lot better, but we definitely want that heavy, so this is gonna be a little rough. Unless, what can I do here? I'm so bad. Actually, just hot garbage. Okay, well, that's really rough. Nope. I got one, but that was it. Okay. They're doing a lot of jumping in the air. And the Titans are loving sliding around corners. I think it's 2 Titans. Maybe it's 2 Hunters. And one of them just looks kind of Titan-like. But that guy, for example, loves jumping around in the air. I'm going to try and play Ring Around the Rosie with this guy. Never mind, he's dead. It's going to loop him like it was DBD. Okay, one of my teammates is dead, so I should probably come for the support. Okay, cool. Oh, you son of a bitch. that barricade with no prior warning whatsoever. That doesn't even scare him at all. Cool. I guess it's because I've not been hitting enough shots. They're not conditioned. Dang. People are coming out of the woodworks to use as much Tempest Strike and all of that as possible. Okay, we do have the option to go and get this. I want one of y'all to take it for obvious reason. Okay, I guess this guy's going to be the one. Dang, I'm bad. Really bad, actually. Just extremely terrible. It's fine. Oh, broski. Why run out there with the heavy instead of just shooting it? I don't get it. Maybe he has a sword, in which case, unfortunate. Yeah. Yep, I'm definitely getting murdered. Cool. Cool. Interesting, I didn't get any credit for that kill. Despite, like, shooting the dude right in the face. At least once. He saw me. I was trying to be a little sneaky, but it took me too long to try and line up a shot. Dang. Okay, bring around the Rosie. Yeah, like I've said before, guns nuts. Erase neutralizer on top, I guess. Idea. Yeah, I think I just completely took them out of their super. Dang. They don't have any supers to contend with mine, I don't think. And then this guy got that. So cool. We have one more super. We got one more kill to get, and we have one more super. Okay, bro. They're gonna try and... Okay, cool, we win. Unless? What just happened? That's insane. Not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. I should have slid up to him and gotten that. I don't know what he did with his super though. Like, as long as he hit generally where the dude was, he should have been fine. Okay, well, that's rough. Very rough. It is what it is, though. Sometimes that just happens. Ooh, is that a god roll for PvE? On a 5? Tier 5? Nope, it's not. Okay. Nope. And then you're an upgrade. Let's see. I definitely could have done better there. It's a 2.43, but I feel like that's a lot of, what's it called? Like a lot of that was assists. Rather than me actually getting the full-on kill. Oh yeah. For those who are not in the funny Discord, what do you call it? I cook. And I need to put a picture of it in the Discord, but last night I made like if you've ever had a KFC famous bowl that they'll sell, I made basically a spicy version of that with the Louisiana hot sauce. Basically, they do a spicy one too, but I made the whole thing spicy, not just the chicken, using Louisiana hot sauce. And oh boy, was it good. It was good. Here, I got it there. Chuck it right in the media section on the Discord. So yeah, anyone wants to look at that, which basically it's just some relatively plain mashed potatoes. Like there's a little bit of like butter or salt, like, you know, that kind of stuff. And then you put over that, you put a bunch of corn. And then you put popcorn chicken, which I fried myself, and I also homemade the mashed potatoes. By, you know, boiling some potatoes, mashing them up, mix them with some milk, some butter, some salt, that kind of thing. And so I mashed those up. I got some corn, put some corn on it. Corn's pretty easy. It doesn't like, you know, yeah, you're good with corn. Then I home fried the popcorn chicken, but I did it like not old KFC style, but like new KFC style with like, you know, the mix of herbs and spices that they use to a relatively similar degree, and it comes out pretty good. And then I put more corn on it, some shredded cheese, and then the hot sauce, and it's real good. I know they also put gravy, I think. They put some brown gravy on it. I don't put it on mine, but if I'm serving it to other people, I'll include the gravy as an option. Here we go. Okay, try to get wombo combo, I guess. Cool. Concentrated power of the sun. Getting majorly exploded. This violently average guy was pretty good. Played it terribly. I tried to slide in, but I think I either got caught on something or I just didn't slide. Got him. Yeah, that's why this gun's dumb, by the way. Being able to, like, shotgun melee combo on a gun like this is crazy. Cool. Sick. Right. And they're probably going to spawn in this corner over here. They are. Okay, my teammates all went to them and then died. It is what it is. Playing real careful, even though I don't have anything of use in this entire melee. Cool. I tried. Oh, he's using the worst spread shot. At least in my opinion, the worst. It definitely felt worse to use. This one feels significantly better. Okay, well. Here's what it is, I guess. It's half. Thank you. Dang! Alright, I should have meleeed him instead. I didn't expect him to live that. I didn't react fast enough for sure. Dang. Alright. Nice. Oh, that's rough. He had gotten even like one hit on. Okay, Bresky. I wonder if there's a specific reason they didn't go for the heavy at all. Let's see if I can get some of this yet. Oh dang. My own fault. What do you call it? I got like mega murdered there. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna try and stay alive. Wait, did he super and then immediately die? I don't know what he wanted. and then he supered in the middle of their team. That's quite literally how that works, by the way. you don't do that. You die. If you're in that situation, by the way, you die. You just let yourself die. Definitely. And then you super when you come back, because you have the reses, you have the revives to like last that. No, I'm not trying to. Oh god, I keep highlighting instead of clicking on them. The little thing coming up in the bottom is a little bit of a throw. I don't know why. Let's see, is there anything interesting here? Okay, well, not terrible. It's an increase. An increase is an increase. Is this one? I mean, yeah. Cool. This is potentially a double. Let me check some Solemn Remembrance rolls that I've got. Yeah, I mean, this has basically got the best parts of what I wanted in my PvP roll. And my PvE roll. So, I can just delete this one. Then I can delete this one. Because if I take a look at this guy right here, which is this is the double, it has the steady rounds with hammer forged. Because arrowhead break is fine, but it has pretty good recoil already. It's a 140. And then I could rock it with Lone Wolf and Keep Away for that like maximum range type deal. And then I could swap to extended mag Firefly Headstone for PvP. Not gonna lie, this is one of those cases where, I guess with this it looks good, but like, you know, for the most part, that makes it look worse, not better. There we go. Okay, now what do I have here? Ooh, okay. Ooh, but no impact casing, unfortunate. I should have probably been doing this while loading in, but it is what it is. It's interesting how the first game took a long time to load. Little guy here. When all the stuff drops, I'll need to do this. I guess I should just do it now so I don't forget. Because I mean, I'm personally, right? I'm gonna be rocking a certain setup, which involves, what do you call it? Where are we at? Do I still have it on? Yes, no, maybe so. I think it's this one, but I'll probably adopt it to a Golden Gun Marksman and then rock Still Hunt. Because even without Celestial Nighthawk, Still Hunt should still be crazy good. Just with Celestial, it'll be even better. Because this will let me do a ton of stuff all at once. Of course, I need to remake like a bunch of the armor stuff. For obvious reasons. But yeah. It's a general idea there. There we go. Alrighty, we're almost loading on in. We're vibing out here. Alright, we're loading on in. Let's see what's up here, gamers. I played that pretty poorly. I don't know if I should have ran in with that guy. We kind of just got annihilated. I think I should walk around with this guy. Okay. It's this guy again? Golden Chi? I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there in time. Okay, well, doesn't look like it based on that. Oh, I'm bad anyway. I can't aim for my life. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm playing pretty terribly. I might swap to a weapon that's just more overall, Oh, jeez, I got rezzed right in front of him. Why, brother? What? I wasn't expecting that one. Okay. Let me try this. Try something a little bit different. Okay, well, I was thinking there might be one guy who tries to deal with Golden if he walked in, but it seems like that was not the case. Also, I spawned right next to an enemy. Right next to an ally too, but like, damn. Okay. He's doing really well. We're getting like completely washed here. I don't know what is up with the audio that's causing that. Completely dropping.